Welcome back to Growth Catalyst Up. Today is day 21 of the journey that we are taking, the 30-day journey on turbocharging your career. On this day of day 21, we are going to look at how do you build a professional network and how do you do that on LinkedIn. Let's dive in. First and foremost, we need to talk about why should somebody build a network. It looks very commonsensical that network is important, but let's talk about what can it do for you. It's not just attending networking events. That's not what I mean. It's not just getting people, associating with people on platforms like network or Facebook. Facebook is not a professional platform, but it still provides a network and so on and so forth. Even that is not what I mean. What I mean is to have the ability to reach out to people, the kind of people that you want to be friends with, have as mentors, have as guides, have as colleagues today or in future, so that you are able to share not only a bond, but also ideas, point of views, thoughts, and learn from each other. That's what I mean by having a network in place. Having a network in place, whether it's a LinkedIn network or any other social media network or physical network, provides great value. It makes you feel you belong to something. It also does this give and take of sharing of ideas, and it strengthens the values, the professionalism that all we can and want to bring to the table. That's the value of the network. Now, coming to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is made up of all professionals displaying their talents, their strengths, their point of views. Lots and lots of people share their point of view, their thought process, the ideas, and so on. So there's lots to learn from LinkedIn just by reading people's posts or articles, newsletters that they share. And it can be enormous source of enormous help and inspiration at one end, and also guidance and mentorship at another level. So the importance of network of any kind, and LinkedIn network in particular, is absolutely phenomenal. And I would urge you to start building that network from today onwards. Let's see, how do we go about doing that? Let's see some of the methods that one can build a network, and especially on LinkedIn, how does one go about doing that? Let's dive in and see one by one. The first thing that we need to do is you need to be very clear as to why you want to build this network. A lot of times we dive in without really realizing it. People ask to be in your network. We say, yes, I have done that many times. And I also reach out to people asking them to be part of my network. Most of the time, they also agree to it. But a better idea would be to start with why. Why you want to be part of some network. Is that a way to look at job opportunities? Is that a way to get some mentorship? Is there a way to get follow great people and be part of the network so that you can share ideas? What is it that you want this network to do for you? And what is it that you can bring to the table for this network? It's important to be very, very clear so that you build the network with the right kind of people. If you belong to the marketing fraternity, then you should be building a network of like-minded people, marketers, advertisers, digital marketers, suppliers in the digital marketing side or advertising side, advertising agencies, marketing people who can use these advertising, digital marketing tools, and so on and so forth. So you need to keep that ecosystem in mind and build that when you build your network. That's what I mean when I say you need to be very clear about why you are wanting to build that network. Suppose you want to build a network so that you can get mentorship. Then you need to reach out to people who have been there, done that, so that they can provide the mentorship to you. So start with the why, start with the key reasons why you want to build this network, and then identify the people and build it. In the physical world, building a network is all about being in the right places where events happen, seminars happen, and people congregate. It could be an awards function. It could be a seminar organized by an industry body. It could be a networking seminar where people are asked to come so that they can talk to each other. It could be any of these kind, but you need to be there, physically meeting people. That's the best way of building a network, sharing your credentials, understanding other people's credentials, talking to each other, figuring out who would be the right set of people to be there in your network, with whom you should build up that bond even further, with whom you should build that kinship even further. All of that you need to assess, evaluate, and move on. Networking is not just about transactional things. A lot of times networking, that word networking is also very biased and abused because it is used in the context of transactional things and in the context of networking seminars. But true networking happens when it's give and take and there's a good amount of sharing happens. It's not only what you expect the network to do for you, but also what you can do to the network. So build from that perspective, build from the perspective what you can do to the set of people who are part of your network. Can you share ideas with them? Can you share your point of view with them? Can you share and give them some help or the other? The more you give, and I'm a person who strongly believes in karma, and the more you give, the more the universe gives back to you. So think about what you can give to them, what you can give to the network. Another way to look at it is see whether there are industry associations, industry bodies which keep having meetings, and the different chapters could be there. It could be, for example, industry bodies like CA, CFA, CMA, and so on and so forth. They keep having meetings. They keep having their association chapters meetings. Another way to look at it is the charitable organizations like Rotaract or Lions Club. You can be part of that. You can give back to society, and key people in the society are typically part of those meetings, those organizations. And when you are part of that, you also understand what is it that you can bring to the table. And it also helps to understand yourself, chisel your values, chisel your vision, and learn from one another because there are going to be great people in those meetings. The next thing that you may want to think about is getting mentorship and offering mentorship. If you're a senior person in senior levels in the industry, then do reach out to people. And lots of youngsters today need mentorship and guidance. And while today's YouTube is filled with so many channels and there are so many avenues to learn, very difficult to figure out which avenue is the right avenue. So when people reach out in person, when people reach out authentically, leaders in the industry reach out to people saying that, hey, I'm here, I will help you out. Youngsters will flock you and it will give you enormous satisfaction in terms of what you do to society. In reverse, if you're a young person, do seek out senior people. And lots of them want to help. Of course, they will have time constraints, but you can work around those time constraints to get effective help from them, effective mentorship from them. Please use them in terms of what you can get out of the network. How can you do some of these on LinkedIn? You can start with your industry, you can start with a vertical, you can start with your company, you can start with the people whom you already know, your friends, your colleagues, your ex-colleagues, boss, ex-boss, people whom you have come in contact with, your vendors, your suppliers, school association people, college association people, all the people whom you already know, all the people whom you have already come in contact with, start with them and build them into your network, especially on LinkedIn. LinkedIn also allows you to join groups. I think you can join up to 100 groups. Even if not 100, try to join 10, 15, 20 key groups which form the core of your industry thought process, industry body. And don't restrict it to your very, very core set of industry. Just expand your horizons and reach out to slightly outer circle of what you would call as your industry boundaries. Reach out to people, reach out to those groups. Another method could be reach out to and start following companies, start following people, key people in the industry. That is another way of being networked and being in the radar. When you do connect with these people, remember your purpose. Don't connect randomly. There will always be people who will send you random requests. You don't have to accept all the requests. You're not obliged to. Similarly, when you send requests, not many people, not all the people have to oblige and take you as connection. Remember that. So send requests only to people who you really, really want in your network, and similarly accept invitations from people whom you really think you can add value to, or they can add value to you. Either you can add value to them, or you will get value from them. Only that, in those cases, accept invitations and send invitations. Whatever you do, ensure that you connect with a sense of purpose. And whenever you do send an invitation, try to personalize the invitation. LinkedIn enables automatic sending of invite. Please don't do that. It's whenever an invite randomly shows up in my box, I cringe. Sometimes I do accept, but I cringe inwardly because they have not even bothered to personalize the request. So always personalize, always add that one line. Who are you? Why are you wanting to reach out to them? Why do you want them in your network? What is the value that you think they can add? Add 2 lines. It doesn't take any time, but that addition of 2 lines makes a huge difference in terms of telling them, hey, I'm interested in you. I have taken the time and effort to personalize my message, and therefore please be kind and accept my invitation. That's the message you are giving when you personalize your message. You can join college associations, you can join school alumni, you can also join all kinds of alumni. For example, if you left a company, you can still be part of the company by being in the alumni group, and you can get to know what is happening in the company. After all, you are part of that culture, you are part of that group, and you would have many friends there. Similarly, there are many ways of staying in touch with people, staying in the network of people through LinkedIn. Couple of things that you need to do. Do share updates from your site. If you are moving on from one place to another, do update that on LinkedIn. Share if you're acquiring a skill, if you are doing something interesting, do share with the network. If you are having a point of view, if you are having ideas, do share that. That's the most important thing that you should do as part of sharing on LinkedIn. So continue to share, continue to update on LinkedIn so that you are always current, and your network also sees you continuously on a consistent basis, and through your ideas and through your sharing, it also benefits from you. To summarize what we have seen in this session, start with a purpose in terms of why you want a network. That purpose will guide you. There could be different sets of purpose. Nothing wrong in that. Your purpose could be that I want to land a job, and therefore I want to connect with people who can help me land that job. The purpose could also be that I want some mentor and I want to be guided by significant leaders in the industry and who can guide me. Whatever the purpose, start with clarity of why you are doing this network so that it helps you in terms of finding the right people and expanding the right circles, sending the right kind of invitation, and so on and so forth. It helps. Once the why is clear, it clarifies the what's and how's in a big manner. Ensure that it is a two-way street. It's not just take, but it's also give. It should be balanced out. And I speak about karma in many of my discussions. It's an important aspect. Whatever you do, you read back. It's an unviolable law in the universe. So do lots of good things. Share about yourself, share your thoughts, share your ideas. Be willing to help to the network as much as you want help from the network. If you have any contact, share with the network. It could be physical network, it could be LinkedIn network, doesn't really matter, but I'm talking network in the overall sense of the word. So be willing to share, be willing to help so that the network also is willing to help you. Ensure that you reach out in the right manner. You reach out, be part of LinkedIn groups when it comes to LinkedIn and how to use LinkedIn effectively to do the networking. You can be part of LinkedIn groups. You can follow key people in the industry. You can follow companies. You can also be part of and join alumni associations. It could be school alumni, it could be college alumni, it could be part of your company, previous company alumni, or if you have done some courses from any of the IIMs and other business schools after you started working. It could be those alumni. You can reach out and be part of those alumni so that your network is powerful and significantly useful to you. Remember, always be active in the network. If you create a network and you are not active, there is no point of being there in the network. The network will slowly forget you. You will also fade away and not utilize the power of the network. So be active, keep the network updated on your movements, on what you are doing, what you are learning, what you are contributing to society, what your thoughts are, what your ideas are, and also learn and use the platform, especially something like LinkedIn, as a platform for learning from your network. Think about the purpose, create the network in the right manner, go ahead and do the give and take so that you learn and get help from the network, and also share and help the network. All the very best. If you like the session, I hope you liked it. Please like, please subscribe the channel, and we will see you in our next episode.